Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new season of Setup Wars. Basically, after 50 episodes, we begin a new season, which means new contestants and new setups. So if you guys submitted your setup a few months ago or even last year and didn't get featured, now's your time to submit your setup. So make sure to watch the video linked below. But yeah, without wasting any more time, let the Setup Wars begin. Never pay full price for games ever again, guys. G2A offers the cheapest CD keys you can find anywhere. Check them out by clicking on the link below. As always, everyone's gear for their setups along with anything I recommend in this episode will be linked below. But here are your 5 very first contestants for the brand new season. We have Cameron, Chandler, Manuel, Martin, and William. Congratulations for making it on the show. Starting off the episode, we have Cameron with a triple display setup. We have a 34-inch Acer Predator in between two 24-inch Asus displays, which are in vertical mode. On the desk, we have the Corsair K95 RGB keyboard and a Logitech Proteus Spectrum mouse with a Blue Yeti setup off to the left side. We also have a pair of Sennheiser Momentum M2s hanging from the drawers and a Samsung wireless charger. The PC that's pushing all of these pixels has a 5960X, which is overclocked to 4.5, and then we have 2GB 980 Ti's in SLI. Cable management is on point. It looks like all the cables are wrapped up and are off of the ground. I wish I had an outlet with as many slots as you have there. The most I get are 2 sockets at a time, which is pretty annoying. I also noticed how close the keyboard is to the edge of the desk, and I kind of find it a bit odd since most people, including myself, love having extra space between the keyboard and the edge of the desk to rest my arms on. But if that's comfortable for you, then I have no problem with that. There are a few things just laying around like the Xbox controller and headphones, but overall it's a really sweet setup. And I also see that you have the black and white DX Racer chair, as well as a really sweet ocean view. Thank you, Cameron, for entering. Next up, we have Chandler with a pretty simple setup. A 25-inch Acer monitor with a Razer Black Widow Chroma keyboard and a Razer Mamba Chroma mouse, both of which are tournament editions, on top of the Razer Goliathus extended mousepad. The headset of choice is the Razer Kraken in blue for some reason, and we also have a blue snowball mic that's resting on the Xbox One to the left side. The PC that's powering this setup has a 6600K that's overclocked to 4.0, and it's paired with 2 EVGA GTX 970s and SLI with awesome Fallout 4 backplates and also a custom painted SLI bridge. Great work on the mod selection there. I also just noticed the Razer Leviathan soundbar underneath the monitor. Cable management seems to be on point. I don't really see any cables anywhere, so whatever you did with them seems to be working. Overall, the desk surface seems a bit small, to be honest, and having the Xbox One there really takes up a big chunk of it. If you don't really need to use that space, then I guess you can just leave it there, but I would recommend an extension arm for the microphone so it's easier to reach. There also isn't any consistency in the color theme. It looks like you're going for black and white, but the blue Razer headset and the green mousepad kind of throw it off a bit. I also see that you're a huge fan of The Walking Dead, judging by the posters and pictures. And is that an autograph from Carl? That's pretty dope, but you know what? No one really likes him. Overall, it's a great setup. Thank you, Chandler, for entering. At number 3, we have Manuel with our second triple display setup and 2 mice. A single 27-inch Asus ROG Swift in between 2 1080p Asus monitors. The keyboard of choice is the Logitech G910, and we also have 2 mice, a Rocat Kone XTD and a Logitech G600 for them MMOs. Excellent placement with a boom arm, which is hooked up to the T-Bone SC440 mic. We also have a pair of Beyerdynamic DT770 headphones with the mod mic attachment resting on the desk. And finally, another DX Racer chair to top off the setup. Once again, there really isn't a consistency in a theme. There's just a lot of different colors, which isn't a bad thing, by the way. It's just a personal preference, and this entire Setup Wars series is based off my preference, so don't think that you're obligated to change anything just because I'm recommending it. These are just my opinions. Cable management looks pretty good overall. Majority of the wires and power strips are hooked up on the roof, and then we have a single set of wires going down for the subwoofer, which is cool, and then we have the headphone wire hanging down. There's really nothing you can do with that other than adding a headphone hanger underneath and then wrapping the cable around it. That will definitely look a lot cleaner though. The PC that's powering this setup has a 5820K, which is overclocked to 4.5, and a GTX 980 Ti. Also great job on the cable management for the PC. I like how you set up the monitors. You have the usual layout, and then you have the chilling on the bed layout where you can basically flip the monitor around and watch videos while relaxing in your bed. Very clever. Overall, a very dope triple display setup. Thank you, Manuel, for entering. If Mac setups have their own seal of approval, I would give it to Martin hands down. This isn't just a setup, it's a work of art. We have a 27-inch iMac on top of the Alex add-on unit and 2 speakers from Bowers and Wilkins that steal the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is minimalism at its finest. We also have the Sennheiser TR130 wireless headphones off to the left side, an amplifier underneath the Alex unit, and a beer opener mounted against the wall? Not really sure what that's about. But overall, this is a very clean setup with excellent cable management. Not much else to say or even recommend, but thank you, Martin, for blessing my eyes with such beauty. Last but not least, we have William and his multi-system setup. We have 2 Asus 27-inch monitors, a Razer Black Widow Chroma keyboard, and a Death Adder mouse. We also have the Blue Yeti mic with a pair of Logitech G930s resting on it, and an MSI laptop on the other side. Breaking the trend of DX Racer chairs, we have an AK racing chair instead, which honestly looks all the same to me, but at least there is more of a consistency in this setup despite the green mouse pad from Razer. The PC on the other hand that's powering this setup has a 4770 and a GTX 780 inside the Corsair Air 540 case. I like the little figurines you have across your desk. I think it adds a nice touch to your setup and gives a little personality, but the cable management on the other hand, I do not like. There's a bunch of wires on the floor that can easily be hidden in these sleeves that you can zip up together, and you can even hide the power strip in a cable box if you want. The other set of cables on the other side can also be hidden using the Omni-mount cable sleeve, and will honestly clean up the bottom half of your entire setup. But make sure to check out the links below if you're interested in picking those up. But everything else looks good, a pretty cool setup overall. Thank you, William, for entering. But that will do it for our very first episode of the new season of Setup Wars. As always, make sure you guys drop your comments down below and vote on who you think has the best desk setup. As always, voting will end Saturday, and I'll announce the winners on Sunday on my Twitter and Instagram. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you're excited for the new season of Setup Wars, and I'll see you in the next video.